Staff Sergeant Scott Brookhorst. Staff Sergeant Scott William Brookhorst.
I think without a question, the most difficult is sometimes the job that's filled with the most honor, and that is paying respects to our soldiers who have given the ultimate sacrifice. I know that for these soldiers who are here that knew him, these will be the last words that are basically spoken for him and about him while we're here. I always feel this great responsibility to say just exactly the right words.
We grieve not only for our loss, but maybe even more so for the loss of this husband and father. Scott Brookhorst was
I've always said ministry happens in the midst of chaos, and this is where we're needed. Well, I would say that we're always busy. We're always on the move. Some of our battalions may have as many as 6, 7, 8 combat outposts. It's done literally wherever your boots are on the ground. God, I thank you for these men and their commitment. I pray that you would keep your hand over them. And today particularly, we thank you for the resurrection. I pray this in your name. Amen.
Let this place resound with joy,
Right, gentlemen.
echoing the mighty song of all God's people. I really believe that having a religious service reminds them more of home than almost anything else. It takes them out of the environment, which is stressful, and it takes them back to a time of security, peace, also a relationship with God that helps them. Everything about the service is a comfort, and it gives them strength, and also it's a very healing
Father, who art
thing.
in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
I deal with pastoral counseling every day. I would say probably at least once every day. So when you saw it happen, what did you see? Just all of a sudden he disappears in the smoke?
Yeah, it was just a big flash, and I just saw it just engulf his body. It seems like, no matter what we do, they figure out what we're doing and how we're walking, and they set up those IEDs just for that. I never thought this kind of thing would bother me either. And I don't think it's so much being shot at, or even watching the enemy get wounded or hurt or die. It was just watching my buddies get hurt. And I can't help but think when it's my turn, I've still got 3-4 months of deployment left.
Saying that we have when you're in Ranger School, I'll quit tomorrow.
Quit tomorrow?
I'll quit tomorrow. You say it every day, which means I'm just gonna do
a small goal.
I'm just gonna do what I gotta do today. And that's all you need to do right now. Just do what you gotta do today for the next 10 minutes. There is something that's very satisfying and rewarding, not in that I have done something special. I talked to one 18-year-old kid for 1 hour who just saw his friend get blown up, and he got up and stood up and said, I feel a little bit better, sir.
See you later.
I can go sit down and feel like I fulfilled my calling today. You know what? If you don't do anything the rest of the day, that's pretty good.